Our students, today we will be drawing the face. The face. How many times have you drawn the face and couldn't get the proportions right or it turned out crooked? Hopefully after today, no more. All right, let's get to class. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a quick face, head, and I'll break it down the way I break it down. So if you follow these steps, you should get a straight face all the time without the crooked faces that I see. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to do an oval. Let's do this. Let's do an oval like that, okay? If you have trouble doing an oval, do a rectangle like that, and then just round it off. Round it off as best you can, like that. Round it off on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an oval. A lot of people do ovals and they're crooked. So if they're crooked, then just do your rectangle. Rectangle, yeah. So I'm gonna do, as best as I can, a nice oval, kind of make it long enough, wide enough. You want to get that shape. That shape is on you. That part is on you, but I'm going to break it down and we're going to measure and put things where they should be at. So I'm going to do it quickly, but I'm going to do it slowly enough for you to follow. Okay, so I've got my head shape. A little wider at the top, narrower, that's my hard word. Like synthesizer, I can't say that twice. Yeah, so we want to get that center line, of course, you know this part. Then you want to get that center line again for the eyes. And I would say about right there. Okay, so at that point, you want to get that center line for that nose. And then again, half center for that mouth. So basically what I said is just half. If you're your first time drawer, half of that. If you're a first time drawer, slow down, Brian. Then you're splitting the face in three. Half, which is this line, half, which is this line, and then half, which would be about right here. Okay, so most people know that if you've already drawn, but if you are a beginner drawer, now you know. And I'm working on a video for you guys who just picked up the pencil and really want to draw and don't know where to start or how to start or what to do. So we have that. All right. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find out how wide your nose is going to be. Okay, this is how wide your nose is going to be. So I would do a triangle. Okay, this is how wide you want to be. Now I'm gonna take this line from both edges, go straight down, and this is where you will learn if your faces are starting to get crooked. The more guidelines you have, the more you will see if your face is straight or not. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm going to let you guys know the straight. What we're doing right now is measuring. Okay, so we have this because this is usually about as wide as your chin, unless you're doing some kind of big bruiser type character, because there's all different shapes to the face. Your chin is going to be about like that wide, shall we say. The same width as your nose. And when you do your eyes are going to fall on the outside of these lines. So in each eye, an eye is about the size of your nose, about the length of your nose at the bottom, not at the top, at the bottom. So from what I do there is I will take from this eye line and I will curve it in to that chin. Just curve it in both sides to that chin. And that's going to give me that start of that turn of that face. So from here, we're going to go up. I'm going to do almost like a triangle, like I'm starting a triangle, going up and going across. Now that's going to be your brow. That's not going to be your eyes in here. Your eyes are going to sit on these lines. If you're looking straight forward, I'll do the top eye on the top, or the top of the eye on the top, and then the bottom of the eye on the bottom. I don't know why it took me so long to draw that eye in there. All right, so your eyebrow is going to come up on this thing right here. So we're going to get that later. So now at these 2 points here, you're going to come up. You're going to curve in. You don't want to go straight up. You just kind of like curve it in a little bit, like you're rounding it off. All right. So from here, you want to establish where the hairline is going to be. Your choice. You don't want to way up here. You don't want to way down there. Somewhere a third down from the top of the head, like that. And then you pretty much have, no, I'm sorry. No, I don't want to make you happy yet. Of course, your mouth, your jawbone is going to be right here. So from this point down, well, let's go this point up. You want to bring this in or bring this out to give you that shape. Looking for an eraser. Now again, if you're drawing a bruiser, some type of a bruiser, then you want to give them a wider jaw. So from here to here, then you want to bring that line in more to match here, from here to here. You don't want to go straight and in, out. Slow down. You don't want to go straight down and back in. You want this point and this point to connect. So you want to bring it in. This point and this point to connect. So you want to bring it in. I may have to go over this with an ink pen just so you can see the lines that are not messed up. Okay, so your mouth ends at the center of your eye. So if you take the center line and you come down, and that's pretty much right there at that point. Never really saw that before. So my mouth is going to be right here. Let's draw a quick mouth, just the top of your mouth. Okay, I did the nose video. Go back and look at your nose video, and it's just basically a V. Then you have your nostril. Should have sharpened his pencil. You have your nostril coming from that V, and it depends on what kind of nose you have. If the nose is turned up, if the nose is turned down, it will tell you, that determines how much nostril you will see. So from here, I can go up. You can stay in the triangle or come out of the triangle, depending on the size of the nose. But first, I didn't do my bulbous area. This is the round bulbous area right here. And all that is just this, like this. Because everybody has that on their nose. I don't have my dummies right now to show you, but take my word for it. So you have this, then you would bring that up. Or once you did your V, that V would have turned into this part right here. My bad for skipping that part. Then you have your nostril. You don't want to bring your nostril. Let's use a pencil. You don't want to bring your nostril all the way under here. I'll usually start it right here and then go out. Now you can make it square. You could bring it up and in and down, depending on, again, your character or the nose. You can round it off. Or you can round it off and leave it like that. The less nose you draw, the better, basically. Or you can curve it in like that. And then the shadow of your nose comes under. So I'm not really going to draw that. I'm just going to draw like just a little bit of hint right there to show that this is where the nose actually rolls under, and maybe just draw some lines in there like that. So you have your philtrum under here. It's basically just a water drop, just like a drop of water. And then that is going to determine the shape of your mouth, because you have this, and I forgot what that's called. And remember, your mouth comes all the way out to, not necessarily, but this so-called perfect face. Your mouth is going to come all the way out here. Now, it depends on if you're drawing a woman or a man, how thick you want the lips. I could have given them, really, really thin lips. Again, depends on your character that you're drawing. So when you see these videos and they say, this is how you do this, that's just one way to do that, because they are drawing what they want to draw. So they're showing you how to draw what they are drawing, but they're not showing you how to draw something that you might want. Now you can make the lips straight. You can round the lips off. However, your character. And then of course, your lower lip. What I do for men is I just do the lower part of the lip. Now, I want to touch my face, but you can't see it. I don't really connect the lips unless I'm doing the female, because of the lipstick or whatever that will connect to the top of the lip. So, not too bad, not too shabby. Now your eyes are going to actually kind of slope down like this. Well, you can still see that. Where's my blue? That's my blue. Let's switch up. My blue without a point. Let me do this. Okay, so it's going to switch up. It's going to go up here. And it's kind of curved down here. And it's going to curve down here and kind of go up here. So this is your highest point, and this is your lowest point. So it's kind of like exaggerating. It's kind of like this, just exaggerating your high point, but you just kind of round it off. And then you have this little piece. Once you draw your eye, you have this little piece. And I'm not trying to really get into detail, just saying. And then you have, what I do is I will draw that upper lid like that. I'll make it come off like that. And that's getting a little light, so let's switch back to the red. So do like that. That's that extra skin. Of course, your eyes don't have to be open like this. It don't have to be really open. But this is just for me, for when I'm doing the drawing. So that's going to come down, and that's going to be the side of your nose, because you have that plane on the side of your nose. Your nose goes straight up like this. Your, I don't know what you call it, your bridge goes straight across, and then on the side, it comes out like that. So actually it kind of goes out like, it comes and it goes out like this, and it goes back in like that. But you see, once you start drawing so much nose, it takes away from everything else. So on a face, your focus, you want your focus to be on the eyes, because the eyes tell the story, tells the emotions and so forth. And this lip is crooked, but that's okay. So I want to do my eye. This is, okay, you have the eyeball, you have the iris, and then you have the pupil. I would always get those wrong. That was the pupil and the iris would always always get me. So the white is the actual eyeball. The color, blue, green, whatever, that's your iris. And then the black is your pupil. And of course, you always want a light source somewhere, because your eye is always wet. So it's going to reflect something. Just make sure you put them in the same spot. Yeah. Okay, ear. Ear is going to be at the top of the, let's put this is going to go, slow down. This part is going to come up and then turn into your eyebrow. However that is. So you can have this other piece. I only do one side. I don't do both sides because it takes away from the face again. However thick your brows are going, our brow is going to be. Ear. So it is at the top of the eyebrow, pretty much, but your ears can be whatever size is your character, to the bottom of the nose. And what I do, the ear is just an oval slanted like that. But what I do is I will do like this, that little piece like that, coming around. This is just me. You can just go, I'll show you the other way on the other side. And then I will go like that. I'll just do this, come out and go back in. And that gives it that little meat right here on the side. And then on the inside of your ear, if you feel it, you feel this little piece of meat right there sticking out. And then you can just do what you need to do for the inside of the ear. Everybody's ear is different inside, somewhat. Or on this side, you can say, top of the eyebrow, you could just do this, the oval, bottom of the nose. Look, I'm lost for some strange reason. Bottom of the nose, pretty much right here. And then I'll do this. Sometimes I'll do this, sometimes I'll do this. I'll just draw this line and I'll stop right there. It doesn't connect. Let me make this darker so you can see that. And then, not on this end, but I'll bring it in a little bit and I'll just have it come down like that. Of course, you always have that middle piece. This is a little higher than that one. And then I'll bring it in, and you determine, what's inside of your ear. So a lot of times I'll do this because I don't want my ears to be flopped out so much. So I'll do this to kind of like pull them in. Again, depends on the character that you're drawing. And then your neck. I think that's it for the face. I'll go over the eye just in a second. And your neck, which is not part of the video, I'll do the neck. If I'm doing a guy, muscular guy, I'll take the right there where that cheek is and that ear is. I'll bring it down. So I'll do this one here. Gives them a somewhat of a muscular look. If I want them really muscular, I'll bring it out more. Like bodybuilder potential, whatever. Give him more muscular, but with that chin, he's got a small chin, so the muscular neck wouldn't work with him. Like I say, if he's a bruiser, you'd have to make the chin wider. So I would bring my face straight down and then curve it in just a little bit and give him a bigger chin. So this guy would be your average Joe. So I wouldn't bring the neck here. I would bring it down a little bit and give him that. So he's the average Joe. And this is, I forgot what these two muscles are called, like connect right there by your ear. But if he's the average Joe, you're not going to see all those muscles. But I'm just showing you. 15 minutes, not too shabby. I could have ended it in 5, but I want you to be able to connect that head. So the neck is going to come here, and the shoulder, depending on the size of the guy. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this right quick. Just do this one single line, because your collarbone comes here and out. So you can either slope the neck like this. Usually I'll do that for females, but I mean, if he's your average Joe like that, but if he's got some power to him, I will beef that bad boy up, and then his delts, shoulder connect. Depends on what you want to do. So what was I going to say about the eyes? This is basically it, but I'm going to play with the eyes a little bit, because you can, well, one, you can make the eyes smaller. You're going to have a shadow here. Let me use a pencil. Let me do a pencil. Just the eye. I think the red is clear enough for you to see. I may ink in and use it as a screen thing. This pencil's not dark enough for me. You have that light source, you have that pupil, which is black, you have your iris, and you have a shadow coming from under that. Actually, I should have put that light source down a little bit different, a little further. Speaking of light source, sorry, I need a little light. You're gonna have that shadow because that eye is like this, and you have this top piece giving shadow right here. This is from the side. If you didn't know, here's your nose. You have that little top piece, and it gives it the shadow along with your eyelashes. Then I make this thick, especially at the top, and then thin it out at the bottom. And then if you want to do your, I don't know what these things are called, your little speckle things, then you go there. But you have to have that light source, or you're just kind of like doomed for dry eyes. And of course, you have this little piece, and this is something carbuncle, something, I don't remember what that's called. And then, yeah, you have your eyes, but you have to have that shadow. And then, of course, on the guys, you don't really do any eyelashes. On the women, you can. So, 2 more minutes. If I was going to turn this into a woman, I would make the chin more pointier, bring this in a little bit more. Turn that light out. Then I would add like lashes, to the character. You throw a couple lashes on it, and a man turns to a woman instantly. And again, I would make the neck, bring the neck in even more, and then just kind of slope it down like this. That would be more of the female shoulder. And wrapping it up, I think that's going to be it. Just follow these guidelines. Follow those those guidelines, and not in any particular order except the first 3. Follow them, and you should always have a straight face, because once you start adding, you'll see if your face turns and is crooked or not. So that's going to be it for this short video. Yes, I could have had a 10-minute video. And if I ramble, I'll make it 20 minutes. So that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, if you're learning anything. And if you are learning anything, please come back. Continue to come back and look at the channel, because there's more great teaching on my channel. All right, I'll see you guys in a few days. Keep drawing. Don't give up your dream, because when you give up your dream, you're just a boring person, and you go to work 5 days a week. All right, that's it. Later.